Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Beat the Best podcast. It's your boy Betamax84 here with Sean Muslimeen Watkins in the building. His Arabic is a little shoddy, so that's okay. Sean, welcome, sir. Welcome to another episode.
Yes, thank you for having me, sir.
Today,
and I live for you giving me a new middle name every week. So please keep it up. If you repeat one, though, I will call you out on it.
It won't happen.
I'm starting to take a log. I'm starting to tally. So it's a different middle name, so I love it.
It won't happen, buddy. I got a million middle names for you. You're my friend. Guys, we're going to go in today about NBA free agency, the 48-team World Cup trap, and looking at the field of 16 as we move forward. But first, let's just take a moment of silence for everyone who lost a hand yesterday for the 4th of July, for whenever you're looking at this, and all the 4th of July hangovers, man. I mean, it is Sunday after the 4th when we're recording this, so there's a bit of a little hangover. Sean, would you say a little bit of a little afterwards laughter effect that we're playing with?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think that's what we got going on, you know. A lot of fun was had this weekend by me. So, So if you hear it in my voice, you understand.
Yeah, you know what, Sean?
Now that I've told you, you understand.
They get it. You know what really grinds my gears, though, Sean? What really grinds my gears is I'm a big time lover of Mexican food. And the way that Mexican food has appreciated in price and not quality is driving me nuts. You know, I went to the burrito spot and a breakfast burrito was $11 and a regular burrito's like $12. Some burrito joints will charge you a 20 spot for a burrito.
Right.
These are items that used to cost us $5 to $7. You could get a breakfast burrito for $5. There was a place called Corner Cottage in Burbank. Shout out Burbank, California. You could, in its prime, you could get a breakfast burrito for a 5-piece, bro.
Yeah. And it was good eating too, wasn't
it? Potatoes, eggs, and cheese. It's all you really need. Back in the day, me and you used to be in the streets. We would go get Roberto's.
Yes. Oh my God, Roberto's. And it was the
Las
cost,
Vegas,
like
Nevada,
you
by
said.
the way. Las Vegas,
Nevada. Yeah. So it was, I mean, really good eating, but it was, the cost wasn't that high back then, and it's just, and the quality's not that great either, which
Roberto's?
gets me. I'm like, Roberto's? Well, no. I'm saying not like it used to be.
Oh, my heart almost stopped.
Last time I had Roberto's, I was like, this is not the Roberto's I remember. But the price went up for your typical carne asada burrito. And so that's what I wanted to get into. That's what grinds my gears. It's like, listen, if you're going to raise my prices, at least give me better quality, season the meat a little more, do something.
Make it bigger.
Give me some more potatoes, make it bigger. Yeah. Something.
Double my tortilla. And I understand
Right.
A lot of this is just a part of inflation, right? I mean, if gas prices go up, it's more expensive to get ground beef, and ground beef goes up because it's more expensive to get the cows that's how gas prices go. When they go up, everything else goes up. And I'm just looking at these burritos. I'm like, yo, it used to be like a shoe and like, let me go grab a burrito real quick because I don't want to make breakfast. Now it's like, I'm not trying to make an investment in your burrito restaurant. I just want a burrito.
Yeah, I don't want to spend $20 to $25 just to get a breakfast burrito and be on my way. That's like sitting down at a restaurant. So it's like,
and you know who the worst offender of this is? The worst offender of this burrito inflation, as we'll call it, is Taco Bell.
Ooh. I haven't had Taco Bell in years, by the way. But
Good.
still,
My kid
please
loves Taco
continue.
Bell. She's a bean burrito monster. She loves it, right?
Oh my goodness.
You go to Taco Bell and you're like, I'll get a bean burrito. Bean burrito's $3 now, not 89 cents.
Wow.
Are you old enough to
not
remember?
$1? That's crazy.
Do you remember 59, 69, 79, 89? Like that was their whole thing. Like you could pull the change out your
Come on,
pocket and
man.
go to Taco Bell.
Yeah, I remember all of that. Because, you could get those burritos, 79, 59, 79, 89
Yeah.
cents. You can get those. And then the tacos. And then my thing was the Mexican pizza. Even the Mexican pizza wasn't that expensive
I
back
think the
then. It
Mexican
was
pizza
like,
was $1.99.
man,
Bro, you could go if you had
man.
$20. First of all, if you had $20, you weren't going to Taco Bell. First of all, that's first and foremost.
Right,
But if you did,
right.
let's say a bunch of your friends all had $20 together, okay? You could eat like kings of England living in Mexico at Taco Bell.
So easy. So easy. Oh, I remember those late night runs. We put piece our money together and,
Hmm.
you know, 10 to 15, oh, $10 to $15 would set you straight.
They said, Sean, they said, make a run for the border. And that's what we did. And that's what we did.
That's what we did.
We did. I mean, you were able to eat like crazy, but now you go to Taco Bell with $20. That's like 5 items.
Right.
It's
That's that's you and maybe some for your whoever you're eating with, your kid or your partner or
But like you
whatever.
said
So yeah.
earlier, it's the same ingredients. If anything, the ingredients are
Yes.
worse because they're cutting it. They're cutting the meat with fillers, and they're cutting the beans with whatchamacallit starch. Just to make like they're
Right.
cut it, cut it, cut it. Them prices way too high. You need to cut it.
Got it.
Way too
Yeah.
much. You need
You're
to
right.
cut it.
That is so funny. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Either they're cutting it or they're not giving you as much, which is crazy. It's like, man, you get a burrito and you go, okay, I'm supposed to have stuff in the burrito.
Yeah.
I got looked like they gave me 3 pieces of shredded lettuce, two, two little slivers of steak,
Yeah.
and some tomatoes. So it's crazy, man.
It's
So
crazy. It's crazy.
yeah,
And I want to say,
they got to do better.
they must do better. Roberto's, if you've ever been to Las Vegas, friends, at 3 a.m., Roberto's is the new club at 3 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yes,
Roberto's, you could get a chimichanga for $6, bro, and solve your hangover right there at Roberto's.
right, right there. Yeah, you could definitely do that. I remember those days. The carne asada burrito, that was the one. After a long night of drinking, let's stop at Roberto's. Oh, carne asada burrito to the rescue. That was me. Carne asada
Not to
burrito to the
say there
rescue,
wasn't
brother.
a tax to pay the next morning, but at least you felt good for that night.
Ooh, ooh, that's another. Listen, that's another story for another time. Hangover remedies, and and how you feel the next day. Coming on our next time on the Beat the Best podcast.
This is it's a life lesson here. There's always a price to pay.
Always a price to pay.
There's always a price
Listen,
to pay.
one of the craziest things I heard in my life is like, man, if it feels great. It's great. It's great going down. But the next day when it's got to come out, not so much.
Your body's fighting you like, why are you doing this to me? After
Yes.
14 tequila shots, sir. Sir,
Right. Right.
you have everything coming to you. Guys, let's spin away from the toilet we're moving this conversation into. If you like what I did there. Friends, if you've
Yes.
been watching the World Cup, it's been an amazing run. Many before us will have said that FIFA did too much and expanding the field to 48 teams was too much. Juan, who is not available today, had said that he liked it. Sean, we're looking at this expansion. Was it a trap or was it not? I'm going to ask you straight up. They're saying that democratization for the smaller nations are upon us because now they have a voice. Or they're saying either that or commercialization is taking over the game. It's either or both. What are your feelings about spreading this out among 48 teams now?
Listen, I love it. I mean, here's what you see. It expanded to 48 teams. The level of soccer is great. Of course, you're going to have some blowouts, which we've seen, but the level of soccer, the level of intensity by the quote unquote smaller nations is incredible. And then the fans that are just so excited to see their country compete. It's remarkable, man. So they did a good job. I think the expansion is here to stay. It should be. And then here's the thing: we always look at the negative side of it. I think the positive side is these nations now know that they have an opportunity, so they're going to step their game up. The players are going to be better. They're going to work harder because after this is over, World Cup's not for another 4 years. Well, guess what? With the expansion, now we got 4 years to get better, so
Yep.
we could compete and then take the world by storm. So I think it's great.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said. I think at first glance, I thought it was a bit much. I thought they were just trying to get more TV time, similar to what the NBA did when they changed the first round games from 5 to 7. Like, is this just a money grab, or are we actually getting quality basketball? But everyone's forgotten about that, and now it's just 7-7-7-7, right? Um,
Right, right.
this expansion, I feel like has helped America more than anything. America's not a huge soccer fan country. We're made of NFL,
True.
NBA, MLS, and hockey. Football being a religion
Major
for,
League Baseball.
I'm sorry,
Yep.
yeah, Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Football being a religion for everyone else. To now know that
Sure.
we can carry soccer, especially when we see great matches and see the best of the best and see what has to be offered, I think is a fantastic flag to plant in American soil of why we should be spending more on growing the game here domestically.
No, I was gonna say, well, I totally agree with that. I think just growing, every game that you have, you want it to continue to grow. You don't want it to get stagnant. And soccer is no different. Even though it's huge globally, in America, just like you stated, it's not as big as the other countries. But now with the expansion and everybody's watching here in America, you've gained some more fans. So yeah, so people are going to really tune in and watch, and they're going to look for these good feel good stories of these countries who are very small but making their first appearance and really making some noise. I think we saw one the other day.
Heat up.
Great game, great game. Argentina and Cabo Verde,
Yep.
and man, and listen, chat. I wanna go out. There was a bunch of people in the chat that were very upset at what we were saying, only because Argentina is a powerhouse. Um, we didn't say that we didn't want a close game, or we just didn't think it was going to be.
Yeah.
But man, we are the first to tell you we were wrong. It was a great game. It was a close game, hard fought, and so shout out to Cabo Verde. I can't wait to really watch them again in the next 4 years when World Cup comes back around. I'm going to pay more attention to it as I know you are, Saif. So we're definitely gonna do that.
Yeah. Cabo Verde is obviously the benefit of the expansion. The Cabo Verde versus Argentina game is one of the best World Cup games professionals are saying that's they've ever seen. I don't have enough depth to say it is or not because I'm new at this, but I can tell you from an athlete's perspective, it's one of the hardest games I've ever seen a team play in any sport. That's what had me, Sean, literally teary eyed at the end of that game. The amount of effort that they put on the field, which was very impressive. Um,
Right.
a few things that people don't even know about the Cabo Verde construction of the team. Their goalie, Vazinha, who's absolutely a monster, he's 40 something, right? 40 years old, absolutely killing it. Um, some of their some of their team members were constructed from bench players from other teams, one of whom was even grabbed off of LinkedIn.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But see, that's the power in putting these smaller teams in there because they're going to pick from other teams and not say, one's like, like the saying goes, one man's trash is another man's treasure. So these guys were on the end of the bench, not playing, just basically forgotten about. You put them on a team and they work hard and they want to show, they have so much incentive to show, like, listen, I deserve to play, but you had your guys in front of me. Now they get an opportunity to play on the biggest stage, and so I couldn't be more happy for all those guys over there at Cabo Verde. They were incredible.
Well, let's be honest. Sometimes teams become more than the sum of its parts. This is the synergy.
Facts.
Synergy is an overused word in corporate. I can't stand it. Synergy. No, synergy is something special. Okay, when you have a
Right.
bunch of guys who combine like Voltron, and all of a sudden they're an unstoppable force because they play together, is something else. Cabo, I believe, were ranked 67th in the nation before that game. To take
Wow.
on the number one, who were ranked number one, Argentina, and push them to the brink of extinction is not taken lightly. Like, that was nothing short of incredible. And everyone on the internet is going crazy. I think they said somewhere between 6 and 8 million people watched that game. I'm sorry, my
Oh
mistake.
my
Billion,
goodness.
billion, 6 and 8 billion people watched that game globally. So it was the true
Mm.
David and Goliath story, and you know, especially when the kid ran up into the stands to grab his chick and hug her, like that type of
Oh,
stuff,
man,
man.
that my goodness, it was when I saw that, man. That's enough to make you emotional, man. But that's what sports about, man. When you
Yeah,
go and you lay it out on the line and you give everything you got, and you to play against the number one team in the world, and to do that, of course, yeah, you're gonna run up and hug any of your family members because that's what you just did. Is you basically pushed that team to the brink, like we're tied. It's 0-0. This is a game. Like it's anybody's game at that point. So, man, like I said, that was man, that moment was, whew, like I said, it gives me chills just
yeah,
thinking about it.
yeah. And this is why the 48 team structure worked, because of a team like Cabo Verde. Because guess what? If they went out and they would have got blown by six goals to nil, no one would have cared. I'd be like,
Mhm.
ah, well, the matchup is the matchup, and good luck out there. But it didn't happen,
Right.
right? I think after the game, Vazinha, the goalie, had asked Messi for his jersey, and Messi said no,
Mm.
and everybody was on his head. Oh, Messi should have gave him his jersey. What they didn't know is that Messi took his jersey, went back, had it autographed by his entire team, and then gave it to Vazinha,
Mm.
and was like, "Yo, you're that dude. You're absolutely that
Yeah,
dude."
that's amazing. Well, yeah, he's one of the goats, if not the goat, for
Yeah.
the reason.
Yeah,
So
he's a
for
goat.
a reason,
He's a
and
goat
that's
for a
that's
reason.
why.
He's a goat for a reason.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Mm.
as we will probably be going towards 48 for the in the next 4 years, because I'm never going to miss a World Cup now, not ever. Um,
Right.
and I
Right.
think they said that Cabo Verde's tourism is going to be the greatest winner from this World Cup. They said Google search for Cabo Verde for tourism went up 5,000% overnight,
Ooh,
but not five
yes.
thousand
Oh
percent
my God.
percent. Yeah,
That's crazy. That's insane.
yeah.
And I know the merchandise sales. Like I'm literally looking for a Cabo Verde jersey or T-shirt, something
Hey, buy one.
that I can wear now because I'm a fan. Cause
Because they're
so I'm
for all
definitely
of
gonna.
us.
Yeah.
For anybody who ever played
Yes.
hard and tried to
Absolutely.
get it done, right? That's exactly who they're for. So I think the 48 worked out. I don't
Right.
think it was a trap. And um I think there's a great way to look at that going forward. I think the phrase I wanted to use was, the thing you have to be careful of is when everything is premium, nothing is premium. Okay? So like,
Mm.
I used to hate when you're looking for an apartment, when you're looking for a place to live, how it's always a luxury condo or it says luxury apartments, right? If they're all
Right.
luxury apartments, none of them are luxury apartments. Like everybody,
Right.
everybody uses the word luxury apartment. They're not luxury apartments. They're just apartments, right? The real luxury
Right.
apartments are something else, right? So you can't tell us that all of
Right.
these games are premium games, because then nothing's premium, right? Rather just
Right.
settle into, by expanding the field, we're going to have a lot more parity and get to show that maybe there's another Cabo Verde out there that you've never seen, right? But don't call them all premium, because I think that's the mistake.
Exactly. I would totally agree with that. But there's another team, trust me. I know Cabo Verde will be back, but there's another team out there that's gonna capture the world like they did. So man, so shout out to was it is it FIFA? for them expanding that. Shout out to them for doing that. It makes sense. It's working. So continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So let's turn it over to NBA free agency, Sean. NBA free agency shook the world this week with
mm,
LeBron James saying he's not going back to the Lakers. The Milwaukee Bucks getting rid of Giannis. You had the Celtics absolutely trading Jaylen Brown for a pack of Altoids and some used dental floss, along with Paul George. I don't know why you're
oh
laughing
my
at that,
God,
because it's true.
because that's so funny. It's true. That's why I'm laughing because it's true. It's so funny.
Sean,
Um,
I ask you this question. Also, the Portland Trailblazers get John Morant. For some reason, that wasn't a big deal to people, but I live in Portland, so I was like, what are we doing? So, Sean, the 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 Boston Celtics and Jaylen Brown had a weird breakup. I would love to know your opinion on this, because you wouldn't. We saw him originally getting looked at for a Giannis trade, which would make sense. You're like you're trading a $300 million guy for a $300 million guy. They're both big box office players.
Good.
But then after that Giannis trade was done, they were like, let's see if we can ship him for a '96 Honda Accord and a pair of used Asics.
Yeah, it was very, very strange. Here's my assessment on it, and I've been thinking about this for a long time. I think when you publicize such a big opportunity to get someone like Giannis, and you're publicizing, yeah, your main guy or one of
Yeah.
your main guys, and put him on a trading block, there's some tension that's going to be there. Um, and then I think, a lot of times, like I've said this before, the media kind of pushes that narrative, and oh, the Celtics got to do something because that trade failed. They couldn't get it done. So now you got to deal with Jaylen Brown. And what gets me is a historic and great organization like the Celtics. Even though as a Laker fan I hate them, but they're a great organization. All it is a conversation. And so this guy is your Finals MVP 2 years ago, two
Yep.
years removed.
Yeah.
He basically got you to the second seed this season that just passed, and with an opportunity to go far. He's an MVP candidate, and you guys don't have a conversation with him. Just because you didn't land Giannis, now it's a conversation. Reach out to him. But they didn't want to do that. The media really pushed narratives, and oh, they got to trade him because of this. Oh, now he's too vocal because of how he talks about
Yeah.
what he's about. And so there's all these things, and so they really dropped the ball. And here's the thing: if you're gonna trade him for a pack of now laters and some bubblicious, send him to the other conference. You don't send him to a division
You're
rival
taking my
like
talking points.
like
Go
the
ahead, sir.
Sixers.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm cooking right now, but I'm just saying you can't do that. So my thing is the Celtics, just got caught up and didn't, and they were immature about it, if you will. Have a conversation with your stars. Hey, this is why we did it. This is what we were thinking, and
I'm
let
gonna
them
pause
know.
you right there, sir. There's
Sure.
no need for a better example of being immature than Brad Stevens turning off his Instagram the minute they did it. I thought
See, there you go.
I thought that was the most classless thing I've seen from an organization. At least your boy from Dallas took the smoke when he made the trade. He
Yeah.
took the smoke. For
Hmm.
Stevens to turn off his IG knowing that he was going to get flamed, that that was foul. I was like, that was the immature part for me, sir.
Right. I would agree. I would agree. You can't do that. You got
Can't
to
do that.
face the fire.
Face the fire.
You created the fire, so you got to face
And you get
it.
paid enough to do it. Um, the the media narrative, which you and I we rarely disagree on things, but this is something we usually agree on, or disagree on rather, is media. I actually agree with you on this. The media narrative behind Jaylen Brown was really volatile and toxic. And if
Mhm.
I say it, I feel like it holds a deeper weight. Guys, we don't follow what other sports people are talking about, like, and follow their talking points, because then you just become an echo chamber. I'm on record, if you want to go back, I'm on record on thinking that Jaylen Brown was overrated and overpaid weeks ago. Okay.
Weeks ago, absolutely.
Right. That wasn't to say I didn't think he was a good player or didn't think he was a, top 20 player in the league. You know what I mean? I think I said he was right in the top 20, top 25. I think I did a list or whatever. For them to go back and say that he was the seventh best player on his team was bonkers.
That's bananas. Like, what are we talking about?
So he shouldn't be
Like,
starting?
right. So, but here's the thing. So you really look like idiots by putting something like out there. It's like that out there, but you signed him to a $300 million contract. So you really look like an idiot by even saying that. So why would you even say that? If that was the case and
Yeah.
that came up, if it was me, I'm not even saying that. I'm like, I'm not going to put this out here. I'm going to look like a complete fool for saying this is what the analytics says, but we just paid him $330 million.
You paid him.
That's just dumb. Yeah.
So either you were stupid and you
So
paid him,
yeah,
or he's the seventh best. He's the most amazing bench player you've ever paid. Which one is it?
insane.
And
That's
and
so
then don't
insane.
let me go down the slope of, again, I'm not a Jaylen Brown fan. I don't even like Jaylen Brown's game, to be honest. I do think Jaylen Brown is an amazing off-court guy. He's in my top 5 off-court guys. Okay.
Yeah.
But when you look at what he's done, I'm like, now y'all demonizing the man's intelligence because he's smart? That's a bad thing. I watched an NFL player knock a chick out in an elevator who was back in the league. But you're knocking a guy, no pun intended. You're knocking a guy who's gotten invited to go to NASA and speak at Harvard. Like, what are we doing, sir?
Right. It's man, it's really a shame. I think it's, and I hate to say this, maybe I'm being hyperbolic, but major sports organizations are very afraid of their players being super intelligent and letting everybody know that they are and that they won't be tricked or fooled by the system. It's rage against the machine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could explain it.
Yeah.
It's like when someone as intelligent as Jaylen Brown sees things for what they are, and then when you call them out for the whole world to see, now people take notice because now people are going to say, well, what is he talking about? So now you're going to research. So it's like peeling back the veil, the curtain that a lot of major sports organizations don't want you to see. And so, especially like the NBA, I think NFL is the same way. That's why they demonized Kaepernick. Now you get to see. We don't care. He pulled the veil back, and you get to see who they really are.
They paid him that
Now,
money, though. They paid him the money. People forget about that part. They
exactly,
demonized Kaepernick, but they paid him the money because they couldn't go to court. Yikes.
exactly. Yeah, because they have to. Because if they go to court,
There's a thing called.
there's
We're gonna get
go
deranged.
ahead.
We're gonna go. There's a thing, my friend. I'm not a lawyer. I only play one on TV. There's a thing called discovery. Okay. When you're in a court trial, doesn't matter if you're suing Jiffy Lube or you're suing the NFL. There's a thing called discovery. It means that both sides have to turn over evidence to the other side before court starts. The NFL's lawyers said, "Ooh, this is ugly. We should settle." That's what the lawyers
Exactly.
told the NFL.
Which is very telling, right? Very telling. So, but that just speaks to my point. When you get someone who's bold enough to speak out and pull that curtain back and show you, this here's this pretty product and it's out here and it well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
But then you open the curtain, you look under the hood, and you go, man, they got duct tape and wires and glue holding this thing together.
Zip ties?
And yes, zip ties. And listen, I'm being hyperbolic, but you know what I mean. It's not pretty. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like the engine of a brand new Lamborghini.
Mm-hmm.
It looks, it's been beat up. It's tattered, and people don't, those organizations don't want you to see it. Hence your point with the NFL. They didn't want you to see that. So yeah, this is going to be terrible. Let's go ahead and pay this guy his money. So,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what Jaylen Brown's going through. Yeah, I think that's what he's going through.
Yeah. It's weird because once you see it, right, you can't unsee it. You can't unsee the fact that they did Jaylen Brown dirty, right? He came on his
Hmm.
live and he was like, that was weird, right? So he actually doesn't even look
Right.
crazy. I think he's going to go to Philly. As you said, they didn't trade him out of the conference. He's going to go to Philly and look crazy. I mean, go crazy. I'm
Mm.
sorry. He's going to go
Yeah.
crazy and he's absolutely going to kill. He's going to fill Boston. He's going to have like 55, 5-5 every time he plays Boston, bro. It's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be bad.
He's going to go absolutely nuts. It's going to be, I can't wait. Those, every time Philly plays Boston, I am glued. And that's not a game I would really watch, even though I love the stars on Philly. I hate the Boston Celtics, so anytime I watch them, I just want to see them lose.
Mm-hmm.
So, but those games when they come on, oh, I'm glued to the set because I need to see Jaylen Brown and I need to see him go nuts. I need the Celtic organization to understand like you guys, all you had to do was be mature, have a conversation, and maybe you still trade him, but maybe it's not to a division rival, or maybe it's an understanding. It's not as volatile. But now you got Jaylen Brown, who MVP candidate with now he's got a chip on his shoulder and motivation. So we'll see.
So we
We'll
shall
see what
see.
happens.
As we spin
Yeah.
out of that, Sean, we are now approaching the bracket of 16 for FIFA, which means the end is near. If you've ever watched the
Yes.
NCAA tournament, 16 turns into 8, 8 turns into 4, 4 into 2, and there is your champion. So,
Yes.
as we're getting there, the United States, they've got a shot because they're still in it. But once you start playing these people in 16, it's not a game anymore. Sean, I still think we're on a collision course for Argentina and France. I want to know your quick thoughts before we get out of here.
Yeah, I think we're on a collision course with that. I still got Argentina winning, although I do like USA. I give them a puncher's chance only because their best player they just rescinded the red card, so he will be able to
Yep.
play in
Yep.
their next
Great
match
call.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I was very happy to see that because when you see the play, it's a bang bang play, and he didn't do anything intentionally. So it's just so I'm glad they're able to do that. Now we get to see this young man go out there and lead his team. So I give them a puncher's chance, but Argentina is my team.
Yeah. Yeah. We're both on the same page. Argentina, I think France versus Argentina it's going to be such a great game. But the United States, as much as I'm proud to be an American. It's hard for me to root America. These footballers are so good, and we're just not there yet, right? I mean, Mexico's still in it. Mexico's a dark horse. They're a problem.
Right, man. Like when see, here's the thing: people don't understand. When you get to 16, those it's really a toss up because any of those teams could have a good day and then you have a bad day. It's just like NCAA tournament. You go in there and you look at the lower seed in the Sweet 16, and you go, oh yeah, they're gonna get beat. But then they come out and they push it to the limit, and sometimes they overcome and beat the higher seed, and it's crazy, and we go nuts. But that's what it's about. So all these teams, when you get to the 16, the top 16 there, they're all capable of winning. So, if we see some upsets, don't be surprised.
Right. Don't be
Hmm.
surprised if we get upsets moving forward. Guys, Beat the Best podcast every Monday morning here for your viewing pleasure. We have guests. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's just the voice of angels like myself and Sean. Like and subscribe. If you don't, unlike, but don't unsubscribe. Just subscribe and share it to the people you don't like. We get lots of hate comments. Those are my favorite. Sean, did you get? I think
Yes.
you had a favorite hate comment the other day before we're out of here.
Yeah, I had a few. I mean, the one I had was my favorite was way back when we were talking about LeBron. So that was my favorite. I was actually I don't know who it was. I was actually for correcting you, my friend,
Yeah.
on what you said on one of your posts. I just corrected you, and I was called a LeBron licker. Wow.
I
I
can't even
said,
repeat on
really?
air what I was called. I was called everything but a child of God.
I
I'm like,
mean, Jesus,
man,
it
I'm
was
like,
crazy, but I'm like, but thank you. I love it. Continue. I'll be all of that as long as you continue to watch, subscribe,
Uh,
and make your comments. I love it.
as long as you keep watching. That's time for us, friends. For Sean, for Betamax, which is me. We will catch you on the flip side.